Open mic that's for studies us here. We are excited to be in the library because it's a place where a lot of our young brothers and sisters congregate, and it's an opportunity for the students to actually have this open forum for expression in Dearborn accessible to them. We would like to remind everyone that everyone is welcome to actually participate in Dearborn Open Mic. There is no screening. There's no censorship. It's an open forum for expression, artistic and cultural expression in Dearborn. If you scan the code that you see on the flyer, it will allow you to sign up for participating in upcoming programs. So without further ado, we're going to go to our keynote speaker, Ms. Christa Bruhn. Is that Bruhn? And we are going to have Dr. Wissam Al-Maligi, the director for the Arab American Studies at University of Michigan, Dearborn, introduce her.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us, and thank you, Sam. I'm very happy to introduce Dr. Bruhn. She graduated from the University of Michigan, Dearborn, and she is very much a UM Dearborn person, so one of our own, and it's such a pleasure and an honor to have her come back to us. And she is also going to be reading parts from her memoir, Crossing Borders, The Search for Dignity in Palestine. And she discusses, as a mother of 3 Palestinians and also wearing her 2 hats as an academic and as a writer, her memoir is just fascinating. I've had a chance to start reading it, and I can't wait to finish it. And keep an eye for an interview with her on our podcast, Scene Dream, for the Center for Arab American Studies, which should be coming up in a few weeks when all our podcasts come up are put on the website for this season. And I don't want to waste too much time, and I'm sure you are all ready to hear what Dr. Bruhn has to offer. Dr. Bruhn, please. Thank you so much.
Hi, everyone. Can you hear me okay? So welcome It's really my honor to be here. I'm a former student. My father was a professor here, and I'm so excited to be here and get to share what is really the story of pieces of the story of my life, my entire adult life of having traveled to Palestine. Just to tell you really quickly, I had the opportunity to go to Jerusalem and Gaza way back in 1985 and have been, got married to a Palestinian who's from Jenin. And I've been trying to make a difference in Palestine ever since. With all the hats that I wear, I think the storyteller is the most powerful role that I've ever played, because story is like the oldest form of how people share their experience. So one of the important things about Palestine is to honor the fact that Palestine was wiped off the map in 1948. And so we have to honor the Nakba and the experience of the Nakba when we talk about Palestine and the future of Palestine and Israel. So I'm going to share with you from a chapter called Villages, which touches on the experience of being displaced, internally displaced within Israel. Some Palestinians are citizens of Israel and yet cannot go home to their home village. Yamma, ajat Christa, sahabti min Madison. Mama, my friend Christa is here from Madison. Her mother looks surprised, then smiles as she pushes the clothes deeper into the water, shakes off her hands and dries them on a scrap of cloth on the table. I extend my right hand to her. Salam alaikum, peace be upon you. Alaikum assalam, ahlan wa sahlan. Peace be upon you, welcome. She takes my hand and leans forward to kiss me on both cheeks, repeatedly, then invites us to sit down on a sofa against the wall and disappears through a doorway. Rather than sit down, we join her in the kitchen, a sizable room with concrete walls, the only light seeping through the ornamental bars of an open window over the kitchen sink. A line of cupboards extends below the black granite counter, their contents hidden by a cloth hanging on a string. Ibtisam's mother is standing in front of a two-burner stove by the sink with a teaspoon in her hand, her head bowed forward as she gently stirs the pot to keep the creamy foam of the coffee from boiling over. The rest of the kitchen is open space, not even a table or chairs. The scent of cardamom finds its way to my nose from the tiny pot. I know Ibtisam from our world in Madison. Now I'm in her world. We return to the living room to sip the sweet, strong coffee from tiny cups. I gather my courage and address Ibtisam's mother. Enti min Damon? You're from Damon? Her sullen eyes dart at me as if I've uncovered a hidden secret, then sink to the floor with the weight of her village's name. After a moment of silence, she looks up at me. Ah, Damon. Yes, Damon. Then she lifts her gaze toward the wall behind us and points with her eyes and her finger. Damon, hon. Damon is right there. I tell her I want to go see it. Will she take me? She pauses, then raises her brow and lets it fall as she shakes her head. Damon mudammara. Damon is destroyed. I know, I tell her in Arabic, but can we still go there? البير يما بتقدري تورجيها البير. You can show her the well, Mama. Ah, البير. Yes, the well. Her eyes sink again to the floor. She leans forward to stand up, then summons us to follow her to a fenced-in area just behind the house where she's growing karia, a type of light green squash that hangs from vines above our heads, narrow at one end and fat at the other. When we're back inside, she has me try some she made earlier. I'm honored to taste the tender, delicate squash she grew herself, stuffed with rice and meat I can actually eat since I'm no longer a vegetarian. Yislamu deki, thank your hands. She smiles, wa ideki, and your hands. When we walk out to the courtyard, a slender woman with reddish brown hair calls out to us from a window overlooking the courtyard. Ibtisam explains that the woman is her sister-in-law who runs a salon out of her home. She wonders if I'm leaving already. La, Christa بدها تشوف دامون. No, Christa wants to see Damoon. I wave to her and smile, and Ibtisam promises we'll stop by her salon on our way back. The three of us get in my car and drive to the main road, then turn right to head north. After a short while, Ibtisam and her mother direct me to turn right into a gravel road. There are no houses, no buildings, just a thicket of young trees on both sides. Farther ahead, Ibtisam's mother has me stop the car. Hon el Bir. Here's the well. Her mother's voice is quiet. She stands still at the side of the road, her hands clasped together in front of her. Here is the village well, Ibtisam echoes her mother's words in English, pointing to a square mass of concrete protruding from the ground. I wonder what else used to be here. Was it the center of the village? The well appears to have been updated and is still in use, the area around it flat, a dense orchard of fruit trees extending beyond it. There's no longer any both captured
عبر جذري أني سأعود حتما فانتظرني انتظرني في شقوق الصخر والأشواك في نوالة الزيتون في لون الفراش في الصدى والظل في طين الشتاء في غبار الصيف في خطو الغزال في الصدى والظل في طين الشتاء في غبار الصيف في خطو الغزال وفي قوادم كل طائر نراجع حفظنا لي صوتي ورائحتي وشكلي نراجع فحفظنا لي صوتي ورائحتي وشكلي يا زاهر حفظنا لي صوتي ورائحتي وشكلي